Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second game here between Mahou Shounen as well as what's the other team's name, by the way? Oh yeah, Power of Belief. Here we go. Alright. So we've got a very interesting first game. Power of Belief unfortunately dropping there. My bad, really sorry about it. But yeah, Power of Belief, I think that they had a very interesting talent choice, the Chain Bomb. I thought that it would have dealt a little bit more damage, but you really want to kite damage in a fight there, especially when you know there's a Tyrael. There's a Tyrael that's going to jump you, and there's not enough protective mechanics there. But yeah, that's the case, and that's it. I am Asian indeed, and I don't look like Shrek, so that's important for the Twitch chat to believe. Alright, so going into the second game's draft here, we got the grand finals playing for seed as well as position. I think that Power of Belief is on the left, and Mahou Shounen is on the right, so we're going to check that out. Mahou Shounen with the map pick here on Black Hearts Bay. And Power of Belief with the first pick and ban. So, here we go, 1-0 in favor for Mahou Shounen, which also translates to magical teenage boys. It's such a mouthful name. It's Japanese, by the way. And yeah, so not picking anything just yet. Well, we have about 60 seconds before the first pick comes out. There's nothing much to say before that. The first ban even. Actually... Oh, okay. Okay, so they are gonna reban. Seems like there's something wrong with that particular link there. Okay, so congratulations, they get an extra 90 seconds. Hopefully they ban the right one here. So, Power of Belief, Black Hearts Bay, they get the first pick, first ban. I think it may be an Illidan first pick, but this map, it kind of works well if you're going second pick. Yeah, I have to say that. If you go Illidan Brightwing, you open up a lot of options. You counter the instant natural counter for Illidan by picking it on your side. So, Lost Vikings getting banned out by Power of Belief. They're not going to play against Lost Vikings here. Meanwhile, for Mahou Shounen, there's a lot of options here for them to ban. What's it going to be? It's going to be Zeratul. Alright, so no Zeratul. Banning Zeratul means that you are looking forward for a possible sustained comp. Zeratul is played by Rai a lot. They're not going to let Power of Belief have that. And we'll see what POB gets as first pick. Sylvanas maybe. Sylvanas is kind of strong in this map as well. Illidan is a good pick, but if you pick Illidan, MHS is definitely going Jaina, Brightwing. And the rest will be a huge problem. You are forced to go Uther. If not, you basically don't have a chance for Illidan to do those damage. If POB goes for Kilthas again, they need to make sure that they have sufficient protection for Kilthas. What's it gonna be? Sylvanas going for POB. This could still mean it's Jaina Brightwing. I know Mahou Shounen really loves those two picks. If they pick those two, they are at a slight advantage already. They've got some good damage. They've got some good CC. Polymorph to disable one damage dealer for just up to about 3 seconds. Also breaks the shield at level 16 with Criterize. Slows the hell out of it. Brightwing, by the way, getting a bit of a rework. In fact, a major rework. So next week, Brightwing may not even get picked. It's a completely irrelevant competition for next week. The draft's here for now. Johanna getting picked by MHS first. So Yu Yang's going to have his Johanna. What's next for them? They don't want to give Johanna to POB. That's understandable. But if they don't pick Jaina, Jaina Brightwing will go to POB. So they're deciding who will complement Johanna quite well. I think that Johanna's just one of the best warrior. It's a little bit refreshing to see Johanna getting first picked. Normally, Johanna gets picked in the second picking phase of any team because you really want those damage. It's going to be Brightwing. Brightwing to prevent a possible Illidan pick, possible Illidan Brightwing pick. Not to say that they cannot do it. They can still do it, but Brightwing is going to really nullify the possible Illidan. So that leaves Illidan up for grabs for MHS. They do lose Jaina, as expected. Uther getting picked up as well for Power of Belief. If it's going to be dual tank again, maybe Muradin. Maybe Muradin. I think they have got quite a few options here for MHS. But 15 seconds before we go into extended time. Oh, Blackheart's Bay. I cannot stress the importance of heroes like Asmodan, heroes like Illidan for Blackheart's Bay. This map rewards those heroes a lot, and it's Illidan for MHS. They got a Brightwing, picking Illidan's natural pick here. And now POB opening up with Sylvanas in this map may have been a mistake. May just have been a mistake. They will lose Illidan and Brightwing to MHS. Zagara is also going to be on the lineup for MHS. POB now lacking one warrior, as well as what looks like a possible flex role there. It could be the Asmodan. It could be Muradin with a triple assassin build here for POB. What's it gonna be? So they have to find a way to work around Illidan. They're gonna make sure that they force team fights and win in them, because Illidan's not gonna join team fight until post level 10. Maybe they can opt for a bit of a rotation gank on Blackheart's Bay. The top and mid lane are very close in this map. If you have good rotations, you can still go for it. Kerrigan's gonna be good for gank. I'm thinking that's the main reason why Zeratul got banned here. MHS doesn't want POB to have that flexibility in ganking. With all those pokes from Zeratul, he's a very painful hero. He is. So 30 seconds remaining for POB. Muradin rotates very well. Muradin maybe. Kerrigan maybe. I'm thinking if it's Muradin and Kerrigan, they've got enough stun. It's actually going to be dual support composition again with Tassadar. Tassadar is one of the more flexible support here. He can go Archon, he can do a lot more damage in Archon mode. And Uther will be the burst heal. Tassadar anti-burst with the shield. Saves Jaina a lot. Jaina may not necessarily go for Ice Block for that reason. Well, what's going to be the last pick here? Tassadar's pretty interesting pick. I think Tassadar is a pick that MHS may not necessarily expect. But yeah, we got the Jaina, we got the Sylvanas, we got some of those damage there. Muradin! Of course it's going to be Muradin. It's one of the best ganking warriors around, apart from Anubarak as well. Muradin has got a lot more tanky element to add to that. And also, if you play as Muradin, you've got some slow, some utility. That's important. For MHS now, we've got the last pick. Zagara, Illidan, Brightwing, Johanna to finish it off. We need to have an extra damage dealer. Range Assassin. Vala. Kilthus. Both not picked, not banned. Tychus. So those are heroes that are pretty viable for MHS here. Asmodan, also very good. But it's a little bit of a conflict to pick Asmodan. Illidan's going to jump on your enemy. Asmodan wants to buy some time to land more fireballs. So I think Asmodan's a bit of a contradiction on the part for MHS. They can actually look for a huge setup. They got Zagara, they got Johanna, they got Illidan. They can look for a big AoE damage dealer. Maybe Feldstad. Feldstad's fine. Feldstad's also good range damage dealer. Range assassin. You get Hinterland Blast. You get Devouring Mob before that. And you go in with Condemn for Johanna before that. It sounds all too good to be true, but it is still going to be a lot of damage. Although there are some elements of anti-burst on POB with the shield from Tassadar. But it may not be all. And Abathur, of course, a natural pick for this lineup. Double Illidan. Very painful, very, very irritating, as well as a Brightwing able to jump on to Illidan for those heals. Zagara for a bit of the segregation play. So on the left side, we've got Power of Belief, and on the right, it is Team Mahou Shounen. And 8 hours into this cast, I am completely losing my mind. So, losing team names already. So far, 1-0 in favor for MHS and POB. They need to keep believing. Just keep believing. Drink some more Johnny Walker. Maybe that'll help. Maybe that'll help remove the pain. So, we'll see, man. We'll see. They're all ready. I need an invite to the lobby again before we start this next game. Hopefully we get that for myself. And I really kind of miss the old school meta of ETC, Mosh Pit. Back in March, it was one of the best metas around. I really enjoyed that a lot. I think that ETC, you have the Mosh Pit going on. It's not to say it's completely not viable. It is still okay. But it's just that in SG, in SEA, I don't see enough ETC. And it's just a personal favorite of mine to see some prime whips getting surfed up. You know, ETC doing the Harlem Shake and all. And everybody just dancing away and getting killed. You know, it's just glorious mayhem. But here we have Blackheart's Bay. They're getting ready for it. And Blackheart's Bay, ladies and gentlemen, will be your second map here in a BO3, in the grand finals of Qualifier 3 for the Road to Blizzcon Singapore. We got doubloons. If you're new to this game, when you hit mercenary camps, including doubloon camps here, it's a very special type of camp. All the mercenary camps will drop a total of 2 coins. When you get those coins, you turn into Blackheart. Starting at intervals of 10, he will help you bombard your enemies. So that's actually a lot of damage on structures, specifically structures. But if the enemy walks past the AoE of the bombardment, they will also take a lot of damage. So it's like defenseless bombardment coming out from Blackheart. After 10 coins, it's going to be 12, 14, 16, 18. And this is one of the fun maps that Heroes of the Storm offer because you don't have to push any lane to win. You don't have to go into the enemy's base to win. So that's a very different win condition. Map possession is important. Getting those camps are important, which is why Illidan's getting favored here because Illidan can solo those camps. So yeah, this is the bracket for today. The third qualifier, we saw a total of 11 teams here. And now we're into the grand finals. Malayan 2-0, the reunion, getting themselves a third place there. And MHS 1-0 against POB. So close fight between POB and the reunion. I think that both teams deserve to be here. Both Mahou Shounen as well as Power of Belief, they did really well today. It's just that the first game was a little bit underwhelming for Power of Belief. They just didn't believe enough. The jump on kill thrust too strong. And they need to make sure that that doesn't happen for this game. There's no kill thrust for them in this game. And they get Sylvanas, some good escape mechanics, they get Jaina. But yeah, we'll see. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we have with us here on the blue team in the grand finals game 2. Power of Belief, POB, Jiaming playing as Johanna, Anthony Scene onto the Brightwing, Fury Boy as Illidan, and Mr. Jijavu dancing the worm dance there as Abathur. Last but not least, we got Dino 163 as Zagara. And on to the red team, Mahou Shounen, with a bit of a carousel around the keep there. Yu Yang playing as the Muradin. Virgilus on to Jaina. Julian playing as Tassadar. Rai playing as Sylvanas. Last but not least, Kazu as a secondary healer, Uther. So teams normally want to go for the sentry point. We'll see if we get an introduction in kind for the grand finals, deserving of the grand finals. Unfortunately, they're not really going to clash here. And we may look at a little bit of a different introduction, but already you can see that the Crypt Humor by Dino is going to prevent any further ganks coming out. Virgilus, Kazu, they're all here. There goes the Kun of Coal in top lane as well. You have Fury Boy, Anthony Scene here. And Jiaming just showed himself. Yu Yang also not going to commit to the lane there. I kind of like the increased pressure on the top lane by the blue team. That would help them unlock a little bit of rotation across 2 lanes. It's slightly more favorable as compared to the pressure on the bottom lane by the red team. Just a little bit, maybe like 10% more advantage for the team there. Julian popping Dimensional Shift. And a total of 3 coins for the blue, 2 for the red. And for the bottom lane, 5 all the way to Rai there. So the rotation not so good for the blue team. They are losing some EXP. They're not really clearing creep waves and pushing as much as they want. They allow Julian to get 2 coins, which is a bit of a problem there for them. Anthony seen potting down south means that they are reacting to this push coming out from the red team. And that's not what you want to do here. You want to gank Julian, but of course Julian is not easy to go down. He's Tassadar. He's got Dimensional Shift. And top lane, you've got Muradin there. So looking at the talents right now, we got Reinforce, Pressurized Glance, Reconstitution, Shadow Shield, and Scouting Drone, as well as Conjure Pursuit with the win, Reverberation, Deep Shield, and another Conjurer for Uther. So double Conjures up already for sustained movement. Not so much stress on the healing well for the red team. With the win, it's a standard pick here. I spoke to Kazu after that about Sylvanas not picking with a win, and he completely agreed with me. This time around, Rai is playing as the Sylvanas, and Rai played a really good Sylvanas in the first game with a 4-man Willing Arrow. Last week I was in Malaysia, and I saw Willing Arrow miss all day long. So it's a different standard. So that's a huge memory for me. I cannot stomach that. Bottom lane here, we got level 4 both sides. Kazu, Rai, Anthony Scene, and Dino. 2 each side. Very good lane pressure from the blue team. And level 4 already. Let's look at a second talent. It's Promote for Tassadar. This is also going to get nerfed in the next patch. And Venom coming out as well. Thunder Burn, Snowstorm, and Protective Shield. And for the blue team, we get Loss of Hope, Adrenal Overload, which is going to help with some extra attack damage there. And you're also going to see Venom Spines, plus Immolation, and Protective Shield. So actually, I think that the draft was a little bit reversed just now on the sides. We actually have double heals and the first pick on Sylvanas for MHS, not for POB. Zenden, reflect on that. It's the overlays were wrong just now. Now it's absolutely correct that the players picked the right one. Fury Boy is playing Illidan, and we've got POB with the Abathur Illidan build, not MHS. So I just realized that right now. So Julian, Tassadar. Okay, he's getting boxed out. He has got Dimension Shift on cooldown. There goes the shoot, jumping, dropping really low, but Tassadar goes down first. Jumping, dropping again, but here comes Yu Yang from behind. Anthony Scene, all Brightwing looking for an alternative route to escape. Kazu goes down, Fury Boy on Virgilus. Red team in some trouble, Dino goes down. Virgilus, a lot of trouble, Abathur inside Illidan. Illidan going to town. Chasing after Yu Yang is a really bad choice. Going for Rai is a better one. Abathur still up, and Piggy goes down. Fury Boy now looking for more. Finish him off. Not gonna do it. Yu Yang pulling back. I thought we could do this Mortal Kombat style, but we can't. Unfortunately, Fury Boy. Or maybe we can. Here we go. Finish him. Yu Yang. Bit mistake there. Dwarf Toss saves himself. Here comes the stun. Missing. Julian not able to do anything. Did they swap PCs? It's a very interesting approach here for the blue team. 4 kills against 2. Let's look at a replay for that. Meanwhile. And this is where Julian got boxed out completely, jumping with a nice choke point there. You know, locking Julian in place. Fury Boy damaging Kazu. He knows to take down the healers first and is doing just that. Kazu goes down. And Virgil's also some trouble. You know, you've got Abathur inside with Illidan there. With the top hat up, with Symbiote going. And that's a huge trouble for the red team already. If you don't burst down Illidan, it's not going to be possible. Anthony Scene also still healing up Illidan as we speak there. So we've got Gust of Healing here for Brightwing, as well as First Aid, better momentum up on both Zagara as well as Johanna. And Needle Spine actually increasing damage and range of Symbiote stab. It's a very different strategy for them, but the red team gets the first bombardment off. And it seems like Deja Vu is just bathing there. He needs to pull back. Level 8, both sides. we're looking at Deep Shift, so increased survivability for Tassadar. Unstable Poison, Piercing Bolt, Frostbitten, and Holy Fire. Holy Fire! Holy cow, this guy's going damage! 8 damage per second to nearby enemies. Please tell me Kazu clicked wrong. Did he click wrong? Okay, he's not responding to me. But Holy Fire, 8 damage per second. It's not cleanse, it's not, what other options you have there? You also have the vision one, right? Yeah, he's not going for any of that, it's going for damage. That's interesting, let's see how that works out for the red team. Blue team, with their very own bombardment right now with a slight advantage. MHS down by a quarter of a level. Possibly we're looking at a, well, I think that the keep should, I think that the fort will go down. No, actually no, they still have a tower here, so that's good. And it's gonna be Blast Shield, Ultimate Evolution, Devouring Maw, Metamorphosis, and Blink Heal on the blue team. Almost level 11, MHS, some trouble. Somebody call Forecourt Jester. He needs to be back watching this game. He says it's done, it's not. 7 minutes in. And already they're spotting each other out at the bottom lane. And there goes the Blast Shield, jumping, some great positioning. There goes Metamorphosis. And also gonna see the Divine Shield up onto Sylvanas. The Devouring Maw connects on it. Sylvanas goes down. The crowd goes wild. Julian with some Tassadar action. Archon being used. And Condemn again jumping, doing a great play there. Dino with a perfect Devouring Maw. But can they pick up the kill? And it seems like Johanna goes down. The time is expiring. The water element completely ignored. Mr. Deja Vu going in as Illidan here. Abathur with the ultimate evolution will go down at the end. 1-for-1 exchange. Blue team could have gotten a lot more out of that fight, but they're just not able to get that extra effort on. It's so close. I think picking up Sylvanas was great. They could have gone for Tassadar. Tassadar has got a dip shift. Not easy to kill, I understand. But Kazu, Virgilus, those are active targets. But good news for the blue team, they get a second bombardment off, and the meat fort did go down at the end. So blue team is half a level ahead, and MHS, if you can see their faces right now, reconstructed completely. I don't even recognize them. They're not even smiling. I tell you, they will start giving Julian blanket party if he dies to the boss in this game. It's not really good for the team. They're kind of behind right now, half a level and all. And 8 minutes 30 seconds. Game 2, we may be looking at an ace match. They may have been outdrafted. I'm just thinking that the draft here for POB is really good. They know how to play this draft. They're executing it really well. And that's all that matters right here. We have got Archon, a Wailing Arrow, Avatar, Water Elemental, and Divine Shield. So enough time for anyone to get away and Tassadar to do substantial damage. He also has got a lot of survivability on him. Meanwhile, level 13, one talent up for the blue team. We got Burning Rage, Special Efficiency here, as well as Mutalis, Sixth Sense, Sprint, not going for Giant Killer. So Fury Boy not going for the full-on damage build, going for a little bit more on the survival build, which is important for Illidan. The fort here at the bottom lane, severely challenged by the blue team, and they pull back after lowering it to just about 50%. Chance will spawn, jumping spots out Julian. Not gonna jump on Tassadar, will pull back. The shield glare blinding Muradin and Kazu. Also joining the team here as well. 13 coins on the red team, 10 on the blue. Red team looking for an opportunity to turn in. Julian at this part of this map picking up the chest. Will get 2 coins. It's not easy to kill Julian at all. His Tassadar has got Dimensional Shift. And that's why Tassadar is a very good pick. He does a lot of damage. If you're checking on the damage chart here, he's doing 6,000 damage. Actually, could be a lot better, but we'll see. Maybe he has got some extra buff going into the later half of this game here. We have got prescience or the pre-signs here. I don't know how to say this, but yeah, I'm Chinese anyway. Evasive Fire, Burning Rage, Sprint, Shrink Ray. So this actually helps him activate a second Dimensional Shift if his health drops too low. Red team with a timely turn in here, down to 7 coins in the bank, as well as a Blackheart with a second bombardment. So right now, in terms of bombardment count, we are 2-2. Mr. Deja Vu, time to relocate. Thank you. You know, it's like trying to tell your kids that it's time to go after a full day at the theme park. That's exactly how Abathur's behaving right now. Level 15 against 14. You got Stringray up. I don't know if Kazu threw this game for them, but they don't have Cleanse. So Cleanse is not that big a deal. It really isn't. But if you have Polymorph, you know, on your opponent's lineup, you've got Brightwing, you've got Polymorph, then you better go for Cleanse. But that's not the case. Devouring Maw connecting on 3. Illidan coming out as well. Yu Yang dropping really low. Yu Yang may just go down. There goes the Divine Shield. The whole team respawns and also gonna get silenced. Blue team dropping. It's a mistake. Fury Boy still going in for the damage. And here comes also Jumming. Abathur going back in, but red team dropping really low. Jumming dropping also. Tassadar pulls back. Kazu dropping. Fury Boy full health. They're going on a hunt right now. Pulling back. Virgilus also. They're also close. Where's the damage? They're not jumping. They're all pulling back. It is a great trade. Muradin going down. Great Devouring Maw. Dinos. Zagara is definitely top 5 play worthy. And somehow Fury Boy just didn't die there. Somehow. We got a lot of Blink Heal being used on him. We got some shields being used. We got Abathur coming in as well. Ultimate Evolution was on cooldown, by the way. That's why you don't have a second Illidan. And Julian, very persistent, making sure they don't turn in the third bombardment. Dino, 50%, cancels it, pulls back, scouting drone and gets denied. And Raid Team pulls back. They're just 2 coins away from a third bombardment for the blue team. This is a close game. This is more like a grand finals game. It is. We also got Imposing Presence up on Johanna. And it's kind of effective against Tassadar. It is. It's a good pick. By the way, shout out to whoever spotted out the miss pick on Imposing Presence in the first game against an ability damage team. This team on the red team, you have Archon, which makes Imposing Presence slightly more, you know, reasonable. Virgilus is an ability damage Jaina, and you got Rai also more on ability damage. He doesn't have Remorseless. No, I don't think so. Nope, it's Unstable Poison. So I'm not really expecting that. Meanwhile, the stun on Zagara. Zagara looking for more, but there goes the silence. They gotta heal up. Zagara goes down. This is bad for the blue team. Red team going in. Anthony Scene dropping really low. Fury Boy jumping. Jumping on a tank is a bad mistake there. He shouldn't be dealing damage on Yu Yang. Fury Boy still now gonna try and pull back. Illidan going down. Illidan goes down. Big mistake by the blue team. Zagara a little bit off position. Great silence by Rai. This is looking like a team wipe. 4 men down. Abathur still up and counting. And Ray team is back in action. So the biggest problem there was catching Zagara for the blue team and then jumping on Illidan, jumping on Muradin. That's just not feasible. Here we go, replay ready, let's check that out. So look at this, Yu Yang getting polymorphed. Fury Boy turning in the 2 coins. Julian again with, it's just not possible to turn in coins when you have got Tassadar there. Look at this perfect rolling arrow. Fury Boy, you know, Metamorphosis is only on 1. And also jumping on, all of a sudden, onto Yu Yang here. Should have jumped on Julian, should have jumped on Rai. Those are easy targets for pickoffs. Jumping also not in the best of position as well. And your Zagara's gone, you're losing a lot of damage already. That's just not good. So meanwhile, back to real time here. Red team with a boss for them, a bombardment for them to get the 3rd one off, and blue team down to just 2 coins. 12 up on the red team. 7 kills against 6. It's a close game. This is a close game. Mahou Shounen still have got a slight lead because they won the first game. They're not so pressured. They can throw these away and play a 3rd one. Although it's going to look really bad for them. But yeah, 15 minutes in. And in terms of structural damage, we're looking at the top, mid, and bottom still kind of intact. The bottom gate and tower is gone already for the red team. Top gate is gone. The mid gate is gone. Well, the house is actually pretty open here. We're having an open house for the blue team. Anybody can just walk in. Jumming. Again. Julian going down quickly for this Psionic Storm. Now turning in 8 coins. Very greedy. Jumming still has got Shield Glare off cooldown in just 1 second. Uses Condemn. Condemn there. Not really effective. Shield Glare again, buying more time. Waiting for Ultimate Evolution. Here goes Mr. Deja Vu. They're looking for a fight. Jumping goes in. Metamorphosis on 3. Whirling Arrow. Also going to connect on the backlines, but the Devouring Maw going to deny only 1 member. And it is Kazu. So 1 heal gone already in the last fight, but still no one going out for the red team. And blue team still sticking as fives, doing a lot of damage there. Brightwing healing them up, but they're all just dropping. Kazu dropping really low, but also landing the Divine Shield onto Virgilus. Virgilus now dropping quickly. Fury Boy looking for more damage, but not able to focus on one person. And 4-man down. Anthony Scene there, also gonna go down. That's 5-man already. Abathur doesn't count. He's AFK anyway. So, level 20 on the red team. That's a great fight picked by the red team. They had 2 support. They really just kept themselves alive throughout the course of that fight. And really, Fury Boy needs to focus on one target, not jumping around so much. We'll check the replay. Let's go. This is looking really bad. Look at this. This engagement looks really good for the blue team. Actually, it's not double Illidan. It's double... it's actually double Zagara. That's a bit of a problem, really. They are ranged and they do not a lot of damage. Really, they don't do a lot of damage on the Rai. They do a lot of damage onto Kazu. They really want to take down Sylvanas. Sylvanas drops really low, but Fury Boy is not targeting the same target as those Zagaras there. The Brute Mothers, you know, they have a mind of their own. So Fury Boy dropping 6 coins to the red team, and red team with a free bombardment now, as well as the bottom lane fort going down, mid fort erased. They still have got 8 coins in the bank, 10 more, level 20 as well. Blue team slowly throwing this away. They cannot afford any more mistakes right here. We got Twilight Archon, which is increased shield, increased damage, increased range. Bolt of the Storm up on both Jaina and Sylvanas. Hardened Shield and Storm Shield up for Muradin and Uther respectively. Somehow, this level 7 Holy Fire is working out. Uther is doing 10k damage. I'm kidding, it's not working out. It's definitely a misclick. Level 20 up on the blue team, we have got Indestructible. We've got Hive Mind, Double Symbiote, which is very important. Bolt of the Storm, Nexus Blade, as well as Brightwing with what looks like Storm Shield. It has to be. Alright, there we go. So far, I'm thinking that Hive Mind could be a bit of a saving grace for this team here. You know, you've got a pretty good Adrenal Overload. You've got some bursts coming out, some slows there as well. I think it really is important that the team sticks as 5s. I think they can stick as 5, but Fury Boy needs to zero in on the right target. That's the biggest trouble there. There goes the Hex. The Condemn also being used. Fury Boy trying to pull back. Illidan getting stunned. Illidan, a lot of trouble. There goes the Silence, and he goes down. Anthony Scene. It's a big mistake for the blue team. Devouring Maw only on Uther again. This is not good. Dino filling in comparison. Paling also. And Jerming dropping. Jerming is just, he has got Indestructible, and they're just going to surround him and say hi. Finish him off. There we go. Johanna goes down. 3 men down on the blue team. 14 kills against 6. Ever since the second bombardment, the blue team has been on a sharp decline. Red team possibly going for core here. 30 seconds. Illidan respawning in 30 seconds. No time for replay. Dino, and no Devouring Maw. Oh my god, 100% on the core still. Mr. Deja Vu has a second. Zagara, can they buy enough time? It's 5 men. They're knocking on the core. Poseidon not looking too happy about that. And 5 men still there. 10 seconds. I think the core going down. MHS saved themselves from a second game disaster, and they win their grand finals. They will be the first place champions, winning 1,000 Singapore dollars, as well as the first place seat in the grand finals. Great gameplay, great early game by POB, but unfortunately they just need a lot more practice. Let's check in on the replay for the last fight. Okay, this is where Fury Boy got caught out. His team is not even in the vicinity. If you check the minimap, Zagara is not near. That's the first problem. Next, you have 5 men rotating here as well. And Zagara, I think that Dino has been lending those Crypt Humor, but the red team's just clearing them out with Tassadar. And that really is a good pick on the side of the red team. It looks like, yeah, this is just sad. They just decided to stop hitting him after a while. But that's a really good fight put up by POB. They had the early game advantage. They just needed to make sure that Fury Boy goes in full on onto Jaina. Jaina actually picked up Sprint. Jaina picked up Sprint. There's also the, let's check on the talents here. There's also the Shrink Ray, Evasive Fire, Burning Rage, as well as, Dimensional Shift, buffs on Tassadar. I think that the biggest problem there for Fury Boy, why he couldn't really aim Jaina, was because of Sprint. post level 13, it's just not possible to kill Jaina as easily. And Rai is just all over the place. He's got Haunting Wave, which means that he's not easy to kill. They really rely on a lot of setup for this composition on POB. I think that Zagara is good for, I think Dino played well in the first half. Second half, not so good. Illidan's Metamorphosis also not completely on point. Brightwing was not able to keep the team alive. And that's a problem by itself. Jumming also not in the best of positions there. With Abathur, unfortunately don't see that hive mind effect coming into play. And ladies and gentlemen, so we are done here with today's stream. We are finally done after 8 hours of casting. I'm tired. I'm so tired right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed the cast. If you do, give me a support. If you appreciate the cast, if you like the cast, give me a like on my Facebook page at fb.com/BabelCast. Also follow this channel because it's going to be the official C channel for Road to BlizzCon. We're looking at the regional grand finals on the 8th of August. And that's where you have the top teams in every single country. The fight will only intensify next week, 4th July. It's going to be the 4th qualifier for Singapore, the last one possible. A lot of teams want to be a part of it. And that's where the competition intensifies. And we will have a total of 8 teams. After that, 16 teams in Malaysia will play in the Malaysian Grand Finals on 11th of July. 18th of July, Singapore Finals. 8 teams will be there. And 25 July is where you have 8 Filipino teams playing off as well in their own national finals. And Thailand holding their own national finals on the 2nd of August. 8th of August is where you will have the regional grand finals. So mark your dates down because the winner of C Championship will be playing in the America Championship against the likes of Tempo Storm, and whoever wins the July and August Opens. So yeah, that's it. Shout out to all the viewers out there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really happy to have you guys here. We peaked at about 6,000 viewers. Really glad that you guys are tuning into the C channel here. I know that the cast on my side is not perfect. I'm still improving on it. So give me feedback. If you enjoy it, give me a like on Facebook like I said before. It will really help me. Shout out to my family and friends for supporting. To everyone. I also just received this from a fellow community member, Shade Fox. Thank you so much for this. I haven't opened it yet, but it looks really good. At least the envelope looks really good. So yeah, that's that. And a shout out to sponsors, Alienware, Intel for giving us such a great sponsorship. Razer as well for sponsoring all of these prizes here. And Shrimp Partner XSplit. The whole C circuit is worth $100,000. And this is the first Road to BlizzCon. I'm really excited. So once again, congratulations to Mahou Shounen for finishing off in first place, and Power of Belief for being so lucky on the other side of the bracket, and for really showing us quality play in the second game. Unfortunately not living up to the belief at the end there. We still have got some offline obligations to go on, so I'm actually going for the emceeing portion. Actually, they told me to open this here, so let's check that. Oh wow, it's actually Tyrael, my favorite hero here. Thank you, Shade Fox. Looks really good. What's inside? For all you have done for the HOTS community, keep up the good work. LAF. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, LAF. My new favorite team. Everyone treats me like shit, but they are the best. All right. So yeah, man. We're done. We're finally done. We're going for a break. And shout outs to Julian. Please don't die to the boss again. See you guys next week. Singapore Qualifier 4. We'll be back next week.